Hey there, Will Terry coming at you, Winlight Diamond Distributor, part of the Winlight guys. Hey, today on this video we are going to talk about strategy, and specifically strategy in building your organization. So let's jump right in. I'm going to get a little drawing program and we're going to try to draw on the board here. Okay, so get a pencil. Okay, we're going to start out, we'll represent you right here. I know that's a poor circle, but here we go. Now you know in this compensation plan, you can have up to 5 legs. Okay, so we'll represent them like this. Now, is it smart to plunk your first person in here, your second person here, your third person there, fourth person there, and fifth person there? No, I don't think so. Okay, so what I think you should do is something more like this. Plunk in your first person. Now, by default, your first person is going to go right here if you hit auto placement, or if you just hit the put in your placement number, it's still going to go right there in your organization. Okay, so that's going to be number one. Now your second person that you put in, if they are unrelated, let's say they live in another state or country, or there's a language barrier where these people aren't going to be able to work together very well, or let's say their personalities are totally different and one person is super high energy and the other person is more laid back, and the other person that's laid back says, you know what, I hate high energy people or something like that. Well, then you don't want to stick your second person in their organization right here, because obviously they're probably not going to get along too well. So you're going to want to put that second person and start a second leg right here. Okay, so that might be your second person there. Either way, you're going to get going and you're going to have 2 organizations in the beginning. Now, we strongly recommend that you don't start your third one right away, that you start 1 and 2. There's reasons for that. Let's say you're coming down here and you're getting people in, okay, and let's say this person's working, okay, and maybe this you put a person in here and then you put another person in, and you know, for one reason or another, maybe they decide to be users of the product. They don't really want to start a business. But this second leg, you're having a hard time getting it going, right? Well, the last thing you want is a third leg to try to get going at that point. So what you really want to do is spend your time and get these first 2 legs going. Maybe you find somebody here that's just a dynamic individual, and boy, they really get going and they just start putting people in right and left, and it starts going clear down, you know, underneath where you can actually see here. And then this one too starts going. What will eventually happen is, as you start putting more and more people in, as you find those people that find Winlight as exciting and find the opportunity as compelling as you did, then they're going to be growing their business. And eventually what will happen is there'll be some dynamic people down there that you don't even know, but they're growing your business as well, and they're pushing that thing and driving it down to where each day you log on your computer, there's more and more people in your organization that you don't know. Okay, when you start to see, they call this kind of like a critical mass kind of thing, when you start to see that there are more and more people in your organization every week, and that number is jumping up, and it's jumping up at a higher rate, kind of an exponential rate, then those 2 legs are going to go on their own, and they're probably going to max out the compensation plan. Remember, you can make $10,000 per leg per week. So when these legs are going down there, maybe they're certainly not down there yet, but it looks like they're going. That's at the point where you want to start your third leg. Okay, and the reason for that is you want to make sure that you're at least earning $40,000 per month, right? Okay, and that maxes out the multiplier. Now that doesn't even talk about the sponsorship, or excuse me, the leadership bonus. You're going to get that on top of it, and in many cases your leadership bonus could be more than this. But what you want to do is make sure that you get these first 2 legs going, because remember, your power leg will subtract, so you won't earn anything. Let's say this is your power leg over here. You're not going to earn anything on that, but you will earn on this one, and you can earn again that $40,000 per month. And so you want to make sure that you get these 2 legs going crazy, because you don't know which one's going to be your power leg, but you get them going really well, and then you move to your third leg. Okay, now you may want to move to your third leg sooner. Like, again, if I said you have one person here, one organization here, another organization here, and maybe there's someone in another state, country, or whatever, language barrier. go ahead and start that third leg. You may even have a reason to start a fourth leg before you get your third leg going, you know, and get that one working so that it's earning $40,000 per month plus leadership bonuses. But you want to make sure that you're getting these legs a good chance where you can focus your attention, you know, on those legs so that you can help the leaders in those legs. They may not be the first people that you signed up. Your leader could be clear down here somewhere. Your leader could be off the page, you know, it could be down here somewhere. But when you find those leaders that really want to grow their team, you want to be able to work with them, you know, and you don't want to be bogged down with, oh, I've got, you know, another leg that I'm starting out here, and these, you know, these people are really asking for my attention right now, because you might not be able to give it, you know. So you want to make sure you've got legs 1 and 2 going. They've got other leaders. Those leaders are working with the people. They're answering the questions. They're in the trenches and stuff, and you're still helping those leaders. But now you can focus on your third, your fourth, and eventually your fifth leg. And so that's kind of the strategy there. Now let's take a look at one more thing really quickly here. Let's erase this off the board. And let's see here. Okay. So now let's look at this here. Let's start again. Where do you put people? Let's say you've got your first 2 legs started, you know, and let's say they're, you know, there's a few people down in here. Maybe they've started some legs. Okay. Maybe this guy's got 1 person. This guy's got 1 person. Let's say this is your organization and you've got a person to place. Okay. You don't want to start a third leg, and you want to help these organizations. Okay. Where do you put them? What we suggest is that you come down here and put them in, depending on the leg, put them on the power side of that leg. And that basically means you're going to build kind of like this, always under the next guy. You're not going to come and start another leg for somebody. You're not going to do that. Now the reason for that is you're going to want to let them control their organization on who they put in as their leaders, who they put in as their leg. But the other reason for that is that you always want to be able to give the next person that signed up a person under them. And that's kind of, excuse me, encouraging for them to get their business started, because you can call them up and you go, look, there's already somebody under you. You know, you just signed up, and now guess what? We've got another person under you. Same thing in this leg. When you come down, put a person under that person, put a person under that person. Now, it might get to a point where you have a leader, and maybe this leader clear down here, he's going nuts, and he's getting people in, and he's plunking people in there, and you can see that his organization is growing and stuff, and like that. You may want to call him up and say, look, I got a person. This is their personality. This is the, you know, they speak this language or whatever. They live in this area, and I really would want to put them in your organization, but I want to help you. I don't necessarily want to just put them down your power leg. Where do you want me to put them? And they might say, well, why don't you come over and put that person right in here? You know, put that person right down here or under here somewhere, and help them out, because I'm trying to get this second leg going. It seems to be struggling a little bit more than my first and my third leg, so put them down here in my second leg. Okay, you want to reward the people that are working. You know, if this person right here says, you know, I love the product, I'm in love with the product, I just want to use the product, but I don't want to start a business, then you wouldn't want to come down here and start a second leg for that person, because they're not going to appreciate that. They don't want to run a business. And it's not that they're not a good person or anything. They just have decided they don't want to run a business, and they don't want to be bothered with that. So give that person to someone who really does care, like this leader down here, and maybe ask him where he wants it to go or she wants it to go. And those are our strategy tips for building your organization. Thanks for watching.